Okay, we're back with another weekly wrap-up, and the main feature for this week is our brand new roof, at least on this south side. So there it is. She's all done. At some point, I'll go ahead and snip in some photos and stuff of the work that was done. But yeah, it's all new. They put in new gutters with a downspout on actually both sides, which is pretty cool because originally we only had the one going down. And we hung up several wasp traps because while they were redoing the roof here, apparently they disturbed quite a few wasp nests, and the wasps are already looking at the roof and trying to reestablish themselves. So yeah, we'll have to continue working on that. They still have their tote of scaffolding that they need to pick up. And we had them leave all the lumber that we're planning on cutting up, and we can use it for firewood. Waste not, want not. So that's happening. But yeah, our very pretty roof. Over in the garden, I've gone ahead and brought my pots from the apartment over here since they were pretty much being completely neglected over there. Now I can maintain them when I'm doing the rest of the garden. Everything is still growing. The most notable thing is that I removed the tomatoes that were looking kind of bad last week. Because when I took a picture and put it into Google Lens, it came back as probably late blight, which is some really funky illness. And since it was really bad on those tomatoes, the recommendation was just to give up and pull them out. So that's what I did. I did leave my other tomatoes, so I'm hoping that the blight is very contagious or moves from plant to plant. So I'm hoping that by removing and giving up those ones, that these ones will be okay and the tomatoes on them will be harvestable. We do have some red ones happening in there, so it might not be too bad. Peppers are looking nice. We have some esplet there. We harvested most of the soft lawned peppers, but we're hoping to get some more. But yeah, the esplet peppers, there's a ton of little peppers on this thing. So unfortunately, this one is actually really spicy. It's on the range of like jalapeno. So not for us. Green beans, most of them have been harvested. Again, squash is going wild and crazy. I tried to move around my carrots, the ones that were small, because I hadn't thinned them out, but obviously they're not doing that well. So we did harvest carrots the other day. That was kind of cool. Winter squash here is looking pretty good. So we have one that's finishing up there, and we have another one that's finishing up kind of in there somewhere. So yeah, we're gonna have tons and tons of winter squash. Surprisingly, the zucchini didn't actually do that well, so I'll have to see how it goes. This eggplant, one eggplant, is going crazy. So we've been having plenty of eggplant, and I haven't gotten around. I'll move the strawberries later, but yeah, the strawberries are going to be going over there. So yeah, that's the garden update. In the barn, it's looking nice and clean. I will insert a photo of the during construction of the roof because it was not so clean. But yeah, on the inside you can see how they've reinforced pretty much all, yeah, it looks like they've pretty much reinforced all of the old beams. So it doesn't look quite as pretty as it did previously, but the roof is probably a lot more stable. And they've also put in this like underlayment. So yeah, so from the inside, that's what it looks like. And then in the house, not much is happening because the driveways both were filled with folks working on the roof. However, Francis did get around to sanding and painting the walk-in closet. So it's hard to see because it's kind of late at night, but the closet has been painted. So pretty much all we have to do is remove the tape. The electrician never showed up this week, so we need to call him and figure out what's going on there. But hopefully he'll be out soon because the closet pretty much just needs the electrical finished, and then we can start figuring out what we're going to do with the shelving. Utility room is kind of the same situation. Francis got around to painting it, and we just need to remove the tape, get the electrical done. We even painted inside the window. We got the window a little cleaned. And we did the kitchen as well. So everything is done. Everything is ready for the final electrical and work. I actually repainted the kitchen window there brown again, and Francis has been working on the insert, the backing, and then we'll put our extraction fan up in there, which then will exhaust through this tube, and then it'll plug into the electrical from the wires over there, which I don't think you can see. But there are wires up there that need to be turned into an outlet. So yeah. Now we just need the cabinets. And then out in the other, where are we? We're on the west side of the house. So this and that and that, these three things are apparently our current septic system. I have no idea how it works. I haven't gone into, I mean, these things come up, but I'm not opening them. But yeah, so obviously they're really old, for one, and they're way not to spec, and there's like holes and all kinds of stuff. So this is our existing septic. Per the updated codes and stuff, apparently that's way too close to the house, which makes sense since it's pretty much right next to the house. So not this week, but next week, the septic folks are supposed to come out, and we'll be relocating the septic somewhere up in there. We did get permission and authorization. There were some issues around like the well and, you know, distance from the house, distance from property lines, all kinds of stuff. But whatever system we're having put in, I'll figure out what it's called. It's going to go in here somewhere, and it's fine being that close to the well, and it's not a problem with regard to any sort of drainage into the fields or anything. So that work is supposed to be starting sometime, like I say, not this week, but next week. And then the corn update is that it's very, very tall. It's growing, it's looking great. Actually, on the drive in, some of the fields had already been, their harvest had already started, but our corn is still here. Well, not our corn, but the neighbor's corn. And yeah, you can definitely see ears on there. But yeah, this corn is looking really good considering we didn't have a lot of rain this summer. And these fields are not watered. So these fields are planted and they rely completely on whatever nature brings them throughout the summer. So compared to some of the other fields in our area, these are looking really, really, really nice, really healthy, really green. There's a lot of other fields that are basically yellow and dying, and it's kind of sad. But yeah, the fields are looking great. And that's it for this week.